Hey there, history lovers. Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the incredible world of ancient Rome. From their impressive engineering projects to their lasting impact on law and government, the Romans left an undeniable mark on the world. So, buckle up because we're about to embark on a journey through time to explore 10 mind-blowing facts about ancient Rome that will leave you absolutely astounded. When we talk about Roman engineering, it's not just about being impressive for their time. We're talking about feats that still boggle the mind today. Let's start with the aqueducts. These weren't just simple water channels. We're talking about massive structures, sometimes spanning miles, using gravity to bring fresh water to Roman cities. And speaking of feats, we can't forget Roman roads. They built a network of roads so vast and so well made that it connected their entire empire. These roads facilitated trade, communication, and military movement, essentially holding the empire together. The fact that some of these roads are still in use today is a testament to their incredible durability and the ingenuity of Roman engineers. So yeah, the Romans were masters of engineering, and their aqueducts and roads are just the tip of the iceberg. Imagine a system of laws so well crafted that it influences legal systems even today, centuries later. That's the legacy of Roman law. They developed concepts like innocent until proven guilty, the right to a fair trial, and even the idea that laws should be written down and accessible to all. These principles might seem obvious now, but they were revolutionary at the time. The Romans created a system of courts and judges to interpret and enforce these laws, establishing a sense of order and justice throughout their vast empire. Its influence can still be seen in the legal systems of many countries today, particularly in Europe. The Romans' emphasis on justice and their groundbreaking legal principles continue to shape our world even centuries later. The Romans were a religious bunch, but their beliefs were quite different from the major religions we know today. They were polytheistic, meaning they believed in multiple gods and goddesses, each with their own personality and domain. Roman religion was deeply intertwined with their daily lives, influencing everything from festivals and celebrations to government and warfare. But as the empire grew and evolved, so too did its religious landscape. Enter Christianity, a new religion that emerged from the Roman province of Judea. Initially, Christianity was seen as a threat to the Roman order. But something interesting happened. Christianity, with its message of hope and salvation, began to spread like wildfire throughout the empire. Constantine's conversion paved the way for Christianity to become the dominant religion of the Roman Empire, and eventually much of the Western world. The Roman military was a force to be reckoned with, a well-oiled machine of discipline, strategy, and sheer power. The Roman army was incredibly organized. They were divided into legions, each a self-sufficient unit with its own engineers, medical corps, and even its own cavalry. This modular system allowed for incredible flexibility and efficiency on the battlefield. Roman soldiers underwent rigorous training, drilling day in and day out to perfect their formations and fighting techniques. They were masters of swordsmanship, archery, and siege warfare, able to adapt to a variety of terrains and enemies. The Romans were famous for building forts, roads, and siege engines with remarkable speed and efficiency, giving them a logistical edge over their opponents. The Roman military was a force of nature, a testament to the power of discipline, organization, and technological prowess. Their conquests and victories shaped the ancient world, and their legacy continues to inspire military strategists today. Let's be real, folks. The Romans knew how to build. Just take a look at the Colosseum, an iconic symbol of Roman architecture and engineering. This massive amphitheater, capable of seating over 50,000 spectators, was a marvel of its time. Gladiatorial combats, mock sea battles, public executions, the Colosseum saw it all. But the Romans weren't all about brute force and bloodshed. They also appreciated beauty and elegance, as evidenced by the Pantheon. This temple, with its massive dome and oculus open to the sky, is a masterpiece of Roman architecture. The Pantheon's dome was an architectural marvel, a feat of engineering that wouldn't be replicated for centuries. From the imposing grandeur of the Colosseum to the elegant symmetry of the Pantheon, Roman architecture continues to inspire and amaze us today. Running an empire as vast as the Roman Empire required a complex and efficient economic system. Their economy was largely based on agriculture, with vast estates producing grain, olives, and grapes for trade throughout the empire. The Romans developed sophisticated trade networks, utilizing their impressive roads and sea routes to transport goods across their vast territory. Think of it as a giant, ancient Amazon with goods flowing in and out of Rome from all corners of the empire. They even had a system of currency with coins minted with the faces of emperors and symbols of Roman power, facilitating trade and commerce. This economic engine fueled the Roman war machine, paid for their impressive public works, and supported the luxurious lifestyles of the Roman elite. But the Roman economy wasn't without its problems. Inequality was rampant, with a small elite controlling most of the wealth. Ever wondered what it was like to live in ancient Rome? Well, it depended on who you were. Life in the Roman Empire was a mixed bag, with stark contrast between the wealthy elite and the everyday citizens. For the rich and powerful, life was good. They lived in luxurious villas, adorned themselves in fine silks and jewelry, and enjoyed elaborate feasts with exotic foods. They could relax at the baths, attend the theater, and cheer on their favorite gladiators at the Colosseum. But for the average Roman, life was a bit more, shall we say, rustic. They lived in crowded apartment buildings called insulae, worked hard at their trades, and enjoyed simpler pleasures like a bowl of porridge and a chat with neighbors. But one thing that united Romans from all walks of life was their love of entertainment. Gladiatorial combats were a huge draw, with crowds packing the Colosseum to witness these brutal spectacles. When we think of Roman art, the first thing that comes to mind might be those intricate mosaics, meticulously crafted from tiny pieces of colored tile. They decorated the floors and walls of villas and public buildings, depicting scenes from mythology, daily life, and even historical events. But Roman artistic talent didn't stop there. Roman sculptors were masters of their craft, creating incredibly lifelike statues in marble and bronze. Think about the iconic image of Augustus Caesar, the first Roman emperor. They also excelled at fresco painting, adorning the walls of their homes and public buildings with vibrant scenes from nature, mythology, and daily life. These frescoes weren't just pretty pictures. They offered a glimpse into the Roman psyche, their beliefs, their values, and their aspirations. From the grandeur of their sculptures to the intricate details of their mosaics, Roman art continues to captivate and inspire us today. The Romans weren't just conquerors and builders, they were thinkers, poets, and storytellers. Their literature, much like their empire, left an indelible mark on Western civilization. One name that stands out is Virgil, the literary genius behind the epic poem The Aeneid. This masterpiece tells the story of Aeneas, a Trojan hero who flees the fallen city of Troy and eventually founds Rome. The Aeneid wasn't just a thrilling adventure story, it was a work of propaganda, glorifying Rome's mythical origins and justifying its imperial ambitions. Then there's Ovid, the master of love poetry and mythology. His Metamorphoses, a collection of interconnected mythological tales, has inspired artists and writers for centuries. From epic poems to love letters, Roman writers explored a wide range of genres and themes, leaving behind a rich literary legacy that continues to influence us today. The story of Roman politics is a tale of ambition, intrigue, power struggles, and ultimately the rise and fall of one of history's most influential empires. It all began with the Roman Republic, a system of government that emphasized citizen participation and the rule of law. But as Rome's power and territory grew, so too did the cracks in its political foundation. Ambitious generals saw an opportunity to seize power, leading to a series of civil wars that rocked the Republic to its core. One of those generals, Julius Caesar, emerged victorious, becoming the de facto dictator of Rome. His adopted son, Octavian, later known as Augustus, consolidated power and transformed Rome from a republic into an empire. The Roman Empire, under the rule of emperors, would experience centuries of power and prosperity. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about ancient Rome, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical content. Let us know in the comments which fact surprised you the most. Ancient Rome was a civilization of incredible complexity and influence, and we've only just scratched the surface. So keep exploring, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next video.